It's an interesting contrast here. I'm on the outskirts of nature, right close to a road, so you can kind of hear both. For me, it's pretty even balance, but I understand the microphone might pick up more of the road, so if so, I apologize in advance. With that said, today's topic is something I've been thinking about a lot lately because I'm trying to find my own road on this and to be able to finance myself doing more of what I like to do. And I think a lot of us are in that similar situation, or maybe in a job that is not fulfilling to your inner being. Not something you necessarily like doing, but feel stuck because you need the money and you can't, or you got a family to support, and there's a lot of fears keeping us as a culture from doing what we truly feel called to do. Or there's a quote that comes to mind when I start thinking about this. It's do what you like to do, or do what you love doing, and you'll never have to work a day in your life. There's a deeper meaning to that, and there's nuance to that. That is totally true, right? But even the people that love doing what they're doing, they're blessed, and they found a way to make money at it. There's days they don't want to show up. There's times when they have to put the brush to canvas where they're not confident, and there's struggles, especially starting out, right? On any new endeavor, it's probably not going to be the best paying, and there might be a little bit of compromise you have to make in your current way of living, and sometimes you have to wait a little bit before you start that. So there's a lot of different factors at play. The big thing that I'm coming to find, and I heard it from Alan Watts. If I find the podcast I heard it from, his recording, then I'll post it. But if you can find what you love doing without being paid, if that's art, if that's public speaking, if that's YouTube, whatever, if you can find what you love doing that you would do it without, or you do it without being paid a cent, if you can find that and do it, you will be paid for it eventually. You'll get good enough, you'll be a master at your craft where people will seek you out. And some people call it power of the universe or whatever. Whether those factors are at play, there's something about putting your mind to something and dedicating yourself to your craft because passion is driving you, where things will fall into place for you. Obstacles become the path, obstacles become the road to becoming the best at your craft. How many great artists start out rich? How many great musicians have all the equipment they need when they start out? How many times have breakthroughs been made because they had to make do with what they had, or they had to struggle, and that became part of their story? There's so many things that will fall into place if there's a undeniable force behind you, and you may call it the Tao. When you're going in the flow of life, when it's what you want to do and you feel called to do it and you feel pulled to do it, and you act in a way where there's not a whole lot of resistance and you're going with that flow. It's the difference between rowing a boat and sailing with the wind, allowing the wind to guide you and steering where you need to make sure you're still on your goals and your paths. And there's that in itself requires steps, and you need to plan and all, but that's part of it, right? When you're dedicated, when you're inspired, when you push through, even on the days that it's a struggle, or you might have to wait, but you're still planning and you're preparing, it will come to pass, right? And there's phases of life. You may have to start making money now to fund that project, right? And doing something that you might not want to do, but you're funding. Always in your mind, there's that force, there's that idea, there's principles. You're laying the foundation for the future, right? Always keep that in your head. It sounds like I'm preaching, but if you can find a way to keep that in your mind and always keep preparing, even when times get tough, or even if it's not right now, be realistic. Expectations and procedures, be realistic, but know that it will happen if you're dedicated and you're that immovable object. You're that unstoppable force. Everything, all the obstacles will, if they don't become the path, you'll skirt around them like an expert sailor. That is expressed beautifully in Wu Wei. It's a concept in Taoism. It's expressed beautifully in having faith in Christianity, in the Eightfold Path of Buddhism, where if you follow this specific outline, you'll achieve your results. You got to set your outline, the procedures, the obstacles will come, but you'll navigate them expertly, as long as you remember the concept that it will happen, as long as you stay on the path, as long as you don't let it slip your mind or keep latching on to new things as they come, and you just keep it there, right? It's easy to switch. It's easy to get in this pattern of just switching. And Family Guy, it's like, ooh, there's a piece of candy, there's a piece of candy, right? Instead of just going for the bucket at the end, which would save a lot of effort, instead of having that single-mindedness, you're getting distracted by the pieces of candy of life. And I've been caught in this trap where I just wanted to make money for money's sake, not doing what I love doing, and letting time, the value of time, which is money, find me. I would just get distracted by the pot of gold, right? Whether it was selling t-shirts, or I've had past channels on YouTube where all I cared about was money. And it made it, but it wasn't fulfilling me. There was still that empty feeling. And there's always a get-rich-quick scam. Maybe some of them aren't scams. Some of them do make good money, but ultimately the people that are making great money, they come to find that it's not really what it's all about in the first place. Jim Carrey has a quote: "I wish everybody could be rich and famous, so that way they realize that that's not what it's about." And I might have misquoted a bit, but that's the essence. Is that ultimately true fulfillment is doing what you love to do. Part of that is the journey, right? It's not achieving it. Like, if you love to do it, you'll do it even once you're rich, even once you're successful, even once you're famous, or whatever your goal is. You'll keep doing it because you love doing it. It's a part of your life. Anytime you have that kind of goal, you'll achieve it. I truly believe that. You just have to keep that force. You have to be smart about it, and it will come. It'll pass. With that, I love you guys. See you next time.